Welcome to this beautiful day, this very special celebration. We couldn't be more excited, and thank you all so much for coming. I'd like to have you stand, if you are seated, for our Costa Mesa Honor Guard. I'd like to welcome Art and Mary Ellen Goddard to the stage for the Pledge of Allegiance, and please stay standing for the national anthem.
All uniformed personnel for the duration of the Pledge of Allegiance and national anthem, and salute.
Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ready? Post! Honor Guard. Right, face. Forward, march.
Thank you so much. Now I would like to welcome Mayor Katrina Foley.
Good morning. This is a beautiful day in Costa Mesa, and it's wonderful to have you all joining us here for this momentous day in our city. The new library and this great new park space is more beautiful than I could ever have imagined. The product and the materials that the library is built from will be sustainable and last us through many generations. But today is also a day about history, and history in Costa Mesa. It can't be overstated that we're standing right now in what was Costa Mesa's first public park. Yay, let's clap for that. The city founders established the park in the late 1940s and later named it Lions Park after our Lions Club. I know we have a bunch of lions out there today. It was in 1986 that the city built the original library here and named it after Donald Dungan. Donald Dungan served as our city's first city attorney, and he served from 1953 to 1966. He also was a harbor court judge, and he served in the courthouse, which it was just around the corner and is now our police substation. Around that same time, I met my husband, who's an Estancia grad and now a teacher, and we fell in love through letter writing. We couldn't have done that if we didn't know how to read. I want to give a shout out to the members of the Dungan family who are here today and have joined us. Please raise your hand or stand if you can. This new library is a prime example of how our Costa Mesa City Council is investing in our infrastructure and improving the quality of our community. It's a prime example of how we are investing in residents. Our city is in the midst of a major restoration. Just a month ago, we opened our first homeless shelter, and it's right around the corner. The shelter is already restoring the quality of the neighborhood. A year ago or more, we would not have been able to have such a beautiful program here in this park. We are now also saving people's lives. We've already housed more than 6 people who have come into the shelter and out into permanent supportive housing. The West Side community looks better than it has in years, and it's only going to get better. We have this fantastic facility. It transforms Lions Park. It restores our West Side. This 23,000 square foot library and 1 acre park will become a vibrant gathering place for families, for small businesses, and for organizations to gather here and build community. The price was about $36.5 million, which is a lot, but the investment was worth it, and we paid for half of it in cash already. I don't know if you all know, but it's worth noting that liber, the Latin root of the word library, means both book and free. It's also liberating to be in a library. One of my favorite authors, Amy Tan, describes her first visit to the library as freedom. She says, "My first library gave me the freedom to exist in private, to choose and even be greedy. She took 10 books her first trip, and of course, many trips thereafter until she became a famous author." But libraries provide more than just books, more than just space for people to do computing and to study. Libraries serve as a valuable public institution, a foundation that protects a civil society. It's an investment not only just in the buildings and the ground, but also in our social infrastructure. Investing in this library is an investment in the physical space where people can gather and interact. Libraries provide all kinds of companionship opportunities for adults, de facto childcare for busy parents, a spacious escape from an overcrowded home or apartment, and a welcoming, safe space for young people. Because the library is open and accessible, it offers a main space in town for all ages, cultural backgrounds, and economic backgrounds. People can come together for so many variety of things in this new library space. For our children and our teenagers, it's also a place to learn a valuable social ethic responsibility. And that is the value of getting something, borrowing it, caring for it, and returning it. Returning it so that the next person or the next generation can enjoy it. When I was trying to prepare for my comments today, I spoke to my husband asking him for some guidance, a few words. He's usually the funny one in the house. But he referred me to a comment from musician Henry Rollins from the Black Flag. This is one of his favorite bands. Henry Rollins is an avid library goer. He went to the library as a kid and he roamed the stacks, and what he really took away from it was that he felt like he owned all the books in the library. When asked if he thought reading was important, he responded, "Absolutely. For me, reading is inhaling." This library and this project here allows all of us to inhale the quality of the good in our community. I want to take a moment to tell you also, or to thank our many staff who helped to put this together. They worked around the clock. They have been working tirelessly to make our community better. Thank them. Yes, give them a round of applause. From the arborist who made sure that we more than doubled the number of trees in this space, to the architects, to the engineers, to the city staff who helped to plan this event. Our city staff really care about you as a community, and they care deeply about the residents, and they want our city to be something that we all can be proud of. And I'm proud of them for this amazing project. Let's thank them again. I hope our new library is a place where we always see this many people gathering. People come to enjoy themselves, generations, through the ages, and inhale what is the quality of our community. And be greedy, come back often, and check out many books. Thank you so much for joining us today. And at this time, I'm going to bring back, it's a little windy here, I'm going to bring back Ms. Letourneau, and she's going to make a couple more remarks.
Thank you so much, Mayor Foley. Yes, I'm Tammy Letourneau. I'm the acting city manager, the assistant city manager, and proud to be the project manager for this project. And thank you. Thank you so much. I'd like to introduce, we have a lot of dignitaries with us today, so if you are seated, if you would stand when I call your name. If you're already standing, if you'll wave, that would be great. Mayor Katrina Foley, Mayor Pro Tem John Stevens, Councilmember Sandy Guinness, Councilmember Alan Mansour, Councilmember Arliss Reynolds, Councilmember Manuel Chavez, Police Chief Rob Sharpneck, Fire Chief Dan Stefano, Finance Director Kelly Telford, Information Technology Director Steve Ely, Economic and Development Services Director Barry Curtis, Public Services Director Raja Setharaman, from Congressman Harley Ruda's office, Eric Nong, State Senator John Morlock, from Assemblymember Cotty Petrie-Norris' office, Liz McNabb, Orange County Board of Supervisors Vice Chair Michelle Steele, Orange County Library Staff Acting County Librarian Sheree Toth, Branch Manager Christina Jones, from the Newport Mesa Unified School District, President Charlene Montoyer. And we have several past mayors here with us today, Jim Righeimer, Mary Hornbuckle, and I'd like to also introduce our architect from Johnson Favaro, Steve Johnson. And I've heard our new city manager is here with us today, Lorianne Farrell Harrison. Are you here? There she is. Great. Thank you all so much for being here. Today is a historic day for the city of Costa Mesa and one of great celebration and joy. As we reflect on what we are accomplishing today, we know that we are incredibly blessed to have this opportunity, as cities don't get to often open new libraries. Costa Mesa is also blessed with great community members and civic leaders. In fact, this day would not be possible if not for the tenacity and support of the city council members, past and present. Let's give them a round of applause. While the city has spent more than 5 years planning, conceptualizing, and ultimately building this amazing new facility, I would be remiss not to point out that the community's desire for a new library has been decades in the making. Many thanks to the Friends of the Library and the Costa Mesa Library Foundation and all those who have been waiting so many years for this day to happen. This day is really for you. As many of you know, this new Donald Dungan Library sits in the space that once housed the old neighborhood community center. And as we were going through the planning process for this project, many shared stories of wedding receptions and special celebrations with us and how much that meant to them. Well, I want to share with you today, to honor that memory, that the concrete from the former neighborhood community center has been recycled and is now part of the new building, which allows us to connect our past to our future. And speaking of the future, some have asked, why build libraries? Because to them, they are relics of the past and not models for the future. However, this is not really the case. Libraries of today are social gathering places. They're places where people come for calm and tranquility. We've worked hard to create a place where the community will be drawn in, adults, teens, and children alike, that will be welcomed and have a place to study, read, and learn. And speaking of children, I want to take a moment to thank my daughter Jade, who is right there in the second row. I had my own focus group for the design of the children's library right in my own home. And she was 6 years old at the time. Now she's 11 when we started this. And we had fun dinner time conversations about what would you like to see in a new children's library. And I can't wait for you to go in this morning and see your vision come to life. And I hope you're proud. There are many people to thank for the completion of this project. And I'd like to acknowledge we had every single department worked on this, especially the fire department, the building department, development services, public services, and I have some special people I would like to acknowledge. Llama Reyes, senior management analyst from my office, who is my right-hand person every day of this project. Thank you so much for everything that you've done. Also, public services director Raja Setharaman, fantastic job. City engineer Bart Mejia, and our great contractor Toby Schultz. He's here. Thank you so much for this beautiful project. Their contributions have been extraordinary. This is a very special day in my career. I've spent the last 5 years as project manager, and to be able to open the doors to the public here for the first time this morning is an honor that I will hold dear for the rest of my life. I would like to end my comments by sharing a quote from Sidney Sheldon about libraries that I think sums up today so perfectly. Libraries store the energy that fuels the imagination. They open up windows to the world and inspire us to explore and achieve and contribute to improving our quality of life. Libraries change lives for the better. It is my sincere hope that this library changes many lives for the better for many years to come. And as I stated before, none of this would have been possible without the support of our city council. And so with that, I'd like to turn it over to Mayor Pro Tem John Stevens.
One more time for Tammy Letourneau. When I was first elected, within 2 days, Tammy said, I've got to brief you on the library project. And she did, and it was spectacular. So Tammy has done a wonderful job. Alma Reyes, who's here someplace, was part of the core team. Hi, Alma. And, of course, Raja Setharaman. One more time for them. What a day. What a day to be in the middle of this beautiful 1-acre park in Costa Mesa, California, surrounded by friends in this beautiful weather. And we're about to open a building that's going to have so much meaning to our community, and will be here serving our community long after we've all gone to our great reward. This is a historic day. And when I was on the council in 2017, when we had a historic meeting with the Planning Commission and we voted to move forward, but there were other councils that moved forward, and I'd like to acknowledge 4 council members: Jim Righeimer, who's here, Wendy Lease, Steve Menzinger, and Gary Monahan. Because with this project, you know, we all have our political disagreements from time to time. That's well covered by Luke Money in the Daily Pilot. But this project transcended politics. It's time to put those away and just think about our community. And that's what we did, and we moved this forward. It was green light all the way. Steve Johnson, you've done a terrific job designing this. When we were at our Planning Commission meeting, Steve gave a presentation which was planning our dual meeting that we had, absolutely inspiring. And he showed, and maybe he'll give some remarks later about how he came up with this design. But I remember you saying that it was a kind of a California architecture. So it made me think of the song Hotel California. So I want you to remember, while you're at this library, you can check out any book you like, but you have to leave at 7 o'clock. A group that doesn't get thanked enough at these events, I think, is our business community. Justin McCusker is here. Justin, raise your hand. He represents the Sagerstroms. Without our vibrant business community, and look around in Costa Mesa at all these wonderful businesses, do you know we have 12,000 business licenses that we give out? And our primary source of taxes, our tax base, is sales tax. Without the Sagerstroms' commitment and the other business people that come here and work hard every day in Costa Mesa, we would not have had anywhere near the $36 million to build this. So thank you, and thank you to all the business owners. Let me make sure, that I thanked everybody. Okay, got it. Now, so this building, just think about it for a second. There are going to be people that are going to learn how to read and write. This is going to support adult literacy. It's going to lift our children out of the cycle of poverty. We can focus on early childhood education. We can do it all here. We will be, because of this building, a stronger community, a safer community, and a more competitive community, because of the commitment that was made by the city and the great work from the staff and the funding that we achieved from our business partners. We will have people that will learn how to write love letters so they can get a beautiful wife like Katrina Foley. And we will serve, I don't know if you know this, we'll serve hot lunches to people to kids that can't afford hot lunch. That happens here at this library. We're bringing the Lions Club fish fry back here in 2020. Right? And it all starts today. And I know you've heard enough of a long-winded politician, and you want to go in there and see it. But I just wanted to acknowledge all the people who brought this day to this day and what it means to our city. So thank you very much. I can't wait to cut the ribbon.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Stevens. I'd like to welcome Councilmember Manuel Chavez.
So I was asked to speak close to the mic, so I'll do that. Hello, everyone. My name is Manuel Chavez, and these are my old stomping grounds. And let me share you a brief story about my childhood to explain why and what I mean. From the time I was 5 years old till I was 11-year-old, I had a routine every Saturday. I'd wake up across the street, behind In-N-Out, in its orange apartments, and say, Mom, let's go, I'm ready to go. She'd say, wait. And we would walk. past Fire Station 3, where I'd wave hello to my childhood heroes, and I'd play at Lions Park. I'd play on the airplane, had my fun, and I was tired. My mom would walk me back to Donald Dungan Library and say, pick your 5 books for the week. I firmly believe if not for that simple routine, for 7 years, I'll not be here today. And that's what we're doing here today. We're investing in the next generation. We're investing in the future children that'll have a similar routine as mine. We're investing in their well-being with this new 1-acre park. We're investing in their literary excellence as they go to the library. And more importantly, we're adapting to their modern needs with a modern facility. That's what we're doing today, investing in our next generation. And everyone that helped out, everyone that supported this, everyone that wished it well, this library isn't for us. It's for those that come after us. So keep that in your hearts, keep that in your mind. The city invests in its citizens, and more importantly, invests in its future. Thank you all.
Thank you, Councilmember Chavez. I'd like to welcome Councilmember Sandy Guinness.
Well, I actually first started talking about a new library in the early 90s. And because I firmly believe in the ability of libraries to educate, to inspire, and transform. And the books can transform us. But I'm not really going to focus on that today, because everybody's talked about that. And I promise not to talk about the architecture or the trees, although I am expecting a 3-to-1, full 3-to-1, so that'll be 249 trees, guys. But what I would like to talk about is Donald Dungan. We heard a little bit about him. He was the first city attorney. He was a judge. But where Donald Dungan was key to the future of our city and helped make our city what it is today is he convinced the Segerstroms to annex into Costa Mesa with their properties. They had actually been originally in the sphere for Santa Ana, and it was only through the efforts of Mr. Dungan that we ended up with South Coast Plaza in Costa Mesa. So if you think about it, it's fitting that we name the library for Mr. Dungan because, let's face it, in just a couple years, the revenue that Costa Mesa receives from South Coast Plaza pays not only fully for this library and everything in it, but the fire station, and that's just a couple years. So we're very grateful to Mr. Dungan and his vision of a sustainable future for Costa Mesa. He understood that we needed to not only have nice residential areas, but we needed a good, strong commercial base. We needed to keep our businesses healthy as well as our residential areas healthy. And for that, we're very, very grateful to Mr. Dungan, and we're also grateful to the Segerstroms. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Guinness. I'd like to welcome Councilmember Alan Mansour to the stage, please.
Thank you. I brought my entourage with me this morning. We have one more due in just a few weeks. I got to start my own precinct so I can win a future election. That's if they'll vote for me. That was kind of funny. They wanted to come up here and with me to speak, which I love, giving them an opportunity for public speaking, and nothing helps more with that than a public library. And just a few minutes ago, I thought I was going to miss that opportunity because he told me he had to go to the bathroom. We have a portable bathroom, but I was escorted inside, so he got to be one of the first users of our new library. And the plumbing works great. Whoever is responsible for that, thank you. But we want to use the books. They love to read. We are going to be here so many times. And they are so excited about the airplane and all the play equipment. And I want to thank everybody who's involved. I'm not going to there's no way to name everybody, but past councils, certainly Jim Righeimer, Steve Mensinger, their planning foresight, the CAN ordinance, putting money aside to pay for half of this up front is just incredible, and the fire station as well. So that deserves a lot of credit. But thank you to everyone, Tammy, Raja, entire staff that has done so much. We're very grateful. And so I'm thankful for the taxpayers. We're all paying for this, but most of all, thank you on behalf of all the kids, not just my kids, but all the kids in our community. They're going to get so much use out of this, so thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'd like to welcome Councilmember Arliss Reynolds.
I think we've been going in height order here, so we can gradually adjust the mic up. How's the volume, Dane? I don't know where he is. Okay. All right. Well, welcome to District 5. I'm so proud that we can all be here today and celebrate this amazing building, this amazing park, right in the heart of Westside Costa Mesa. It truly is a renaissance, a restoration, and so amazing to see the renderings just absolutely come to life exactly like our architects described them. This is amazing, and I'm thrilled to be here with all of you sharing this special day in Costa Mesa. So Donald Dungan Library, the original building behind us, was my home library growing up. This is my neighborhood. I spent many, many summers here at the library, taking every book out of the shelf, reading, not just looking at the cover, but opening the pages and reading as much as I could. Many people know I became an athlete, and I think my competitive instincts actually started here at the library, competing with my brother about how many books we could read during the summer as part of those reading programs that our great librarians put on. We spent a lot of time at the library because we didn't have a lot of money to travel. Both my parents were graduate students when my brother and I were very young. They both went into teaching after that. But thinking about growing up, I've been everywhere. I've been to Narnia many, many times. I've been through the looking glass. I've been where the sidewalk ends. And I've been where the wild things are. So I'm really excited for all of the kids out there who get to explore all those new worlds. It's an amazing, amazing place in the library. You can go anywhere. Come to Costa Mesa and you can go anywhere in our new library. Thank you to everyone who was part of this project. And I want to share, especially on behalf of Councilmember Marr as well, who couldn't be here today. Thank you to our engineering team who put this project together, who built it from the ground up. It's a LEED Gold building, which is a great sustainability rating. We're very proud of that as well. So thanks to the engineers and thanks to everyone.
Thank you so much, Mayor and council members, for all those kind words. One of the best decisions we made when we decided to move forward with this project was to hire a spectacular architectural firm, and we did just that in hiring the architectural firm of Johnson Favaro. And I'd like to welcome to the stage Steve Johnson, the architect, who did a phenomenal job.
This is really an amazing view looking this way. To see a new park replace a parking lot, I think that's real progress. I think that's impressive. And I do too look forward to the day that the annual Lions Club Fish Fry can return to this space for its important annual gathering here. This is what this is all about. I'm not going to try to describe the building. You're going to see it. You're going to walk through it. It would be kind of futile for me to talk about something you're staring at behind me. I'll let your building speak for itself as you tour it. But I do want to echo Mayor Foley's comments about social infrastructure and the investment that's needed in that infrastructure. Infrastructure, as you know, is in the news all the time, but particularly now. We're always asked to go to the polls and support billions of dollars of needed improvements to our stormwater systems, to our water distribution systems, to our traffic and transportation infrastructure. But I do have to note, the minute billions of dollars are spent on widening freeways, it feels to me that we just start over re-widening them again and again and again. But that's all important, and those, when they're done right and when they are completed, they are the envy of the world. Our technology, our investment in that infrastructure is valuable, and it's what makes our life work. But I do sometimes wonder what drops off the table in that conversation about investment in infrastructure. And I wonder how many libraries are literally left in the dark, too small for their use, how many parks aren't built, how many museums aren't built. And I think what you've demonstrated is the importance of that investment and how that has to be a part of the conversation, because it's a difficult thing to do. Similarly with technology, our tech giants invest billions of dollars in the newest technology, artificial intelligence, driverless cars, new apps for these guys. I walk down the street and I marvel that I'm always seeing people kind of barely looking up as to what they're in or where they are, and they're glued to these devices. But I have to guess, and I think I know this, that many of them are probably looking at pictures of their friend's trip to Italy on Instagram. And that's a reminder to me that there was a time and a place where other values were important. Beauty of a building, the beauty of a park, of a street, of a piazza that really is the public realm, the public space. And so that our resources, our wealth, our prosperity can and should be devoted to these public spaces, because if it isn't, who's going to do it? And so that legacy in Italy is something that's also the envy of the world. And so with that, I really commend you for sticking to this, because this is a big lift. It's a huge endeavor to invest this amount of money into a park and into a library. But what you've delivered is truly a place to be together as a community, to share ideas, to indeed learn about the future and learn about how to be active in your community. That is the role of parks and libraries. Jim Favreau and my partner and my entire office is here, and I really do have to thank them. They are what keep the wheels going in our office. And they're what make this actually happen, today happen, this building happen, this park happen, along with our amazing consultant team, which includes landscape architects, civil engineers, mechanical and electrical engineers, sustainability consultants, graphics and interior design, all as a team of people that have been involved in putting this together. I do also want to acknowledge the contractor. That is really truly a small army, an invisible army to many people. But that's hundreds of individuals that represent companies big and small in the form of the subcontractors that are really making something out of nothing, basically creating what you see behind me. So I definitely thank them. But finally, I really thank all of you for your commitment to a project and hopefully to excellence, and that it serves as a model to others, other cities, other communities faced with the same pressures, that this is a good thing to do. It's an important investment. It's a wise thing to do for our future. And I really do thank you. It's been a privilege to have worked with all of you.
Thank you so much, Steve, for all you've done for us. The Public Services Department has worked tirelessly to deliver a LEED Gold project that we are very proud of, on time and on budget. How often do you get to say that? And we're very, very proud of that. I'd like to welcome Public Services Director Raja Setharaman.
Thank you, Tammy. Mayor, council members, past council members, dignitaries, commissioners, staff, and residents of Costa Mesa, welcome. This is a great day. I want to start by thanking our acting city manager, assistant city manager, Tammy Letourneau, for this accomplishment. Tammy has worked on Lions Park projects for 5 years, and her passion to bring this project to successful completion is the reason we are here today. Albert Einstein said, the only thing you absolutely have to know is the location of the library. Thanks to the incredible design by Johnson Favreau team, led by Steve Johnson, Ryan Ekstrom, and Brian Davis, everyone will know the location of Donald Dungan Library. I want to commend the vision of our mayor and city council who voted for this project, which includes this beautiful library, very fitting for the City of the Arts. With their vision and dedication today, the council has paved the way for imaginations and aspirations of future leaders. The library provides inviting and exciting spaces for our young children, escape for teens, when you see it, you'll see it inside, and a relaxing space for our residents. It also includes gathering spaces for meetings and an amazing outdoor space. We are here today to provide leisurely and organized activities for our residents. The library building, as others have mentioned, is designed and constructed for gold certification in leadership and energy and environmental design, and we can be very proud of that achievement. I want to thank our contractor, Toby Scholes, led by Ed DeLue, Kevin Terry, and Joe Hodgson, for transforming our architect's plan into reality. Our on-site managers, James Adams and Mark Roscoe and others from STV, provided the required oversight to keep the construction on track. I'm incredibly proud of our city staff, led by our technical project manager, Arash Rahimian, under the leadership of city engineer Bart Mejia. Bart and Arash had daily involvement on this project and have partnered with the contractor and the designer to bring this phase to successful completion. Alma Reyes from our city manager's office, she worked tirelessly on many aspects of the project since it started. Thank you, Alma. The city's building and fire inspection staff have been great team players and partners. They worked hand in hand with our contractor and project managers on inspections. I'd like to acknowledge Isam Sharuri, he's our building official, Aaron Thompson, Danny Azevedo, and Charles Shamoon from our building inspection, and then Arnold Antonio, John Neal, and Jason Paul from fire. It's truly a collaborative effort from all departments. I would like to recognize the contributions of Teresa Gutierrez. She did a lot of purchasing. Kevin Stoddard, Ashley Thomas, Yvette Aguilar, Justin Martin from Parks and Rec Community Services, Tony Ham, Adam Silva from IT, and Kelly Telford from Finance. So they all had an important role in the success of this project. I'd also like to express my appreciation to city's maintenance team, led by Bruce Lindemann. Several of our staff, including Juan Santos, Paul McKinnon, Brendan Carpenter, Rob Ryan, George Cortez, Jim Motes, Doug Lovell, many others, they have contributed towards this project. Finally, a big thank you to Jennifer Christ for putting this event together and on her team. Thank you all for coming today. We can't wait for this opening.
Thank you so much, Raja. Although the city built this building, we have a wonderful partner in the Orange County Library System, and we couldn't be more proud to have worked on this project together, hand in hand with them. And with that, I'd like to invite Acting County Librarian Sheree Toast to the stage.
On behalf of OC Public Libraries, I want to thank the City of Costa Mesa for their tremendous support and generosity. Thank you to Mayor Foley and her council, current and past, for their vision in approving this amazing project. A special thank you to Tammy Letourneau, Alma Reyes, and Arash Rahimian for their generosity in allowing our staff to be part of this process from the very beginning. And to Steve Johnson and his team, we thank you for inspiring us to look at our processes and libraries in new ways. And a special thank you to all of our OC Public Library staff for working so hard to get ready for today and for enthusiastically wanting to serve the city of Costa Mesa. And just as an illustration of how much synergy there's been between the library and the city, I actually have written down my last quote to close my speech is the one that Raja just shared. So again, I say to you, as Albert Einstein said, the only thing you absolutely have to know is the location of the library.
Thank you, Sheree. And I'd like to invite Mayor Katrina Foley back up to lead us through the rest of our program.
I want to thank some of our key donors who helped us to not for the building of the library, but to adding to some of the amenities in the library. And we've already heard about the Segerstrom family, but they actually did donate to add to the amenities to improve our library. So thank you to the Segerstrom family, longtime supporters of our community. And Justin McCusker is here to represent them. We also received a generous donation from the Argyris family, who is just across the street from South Coast Plaza at Metro Point. And so very, very, very grateful to these two important families who are longtime property owners in the city and give back generously. Also, wouldn't be here at all without the Friends of the Library, and thank you for their donation. And also to our Costa Mesa Community Foundation. And we have an amazing cultural arts committee here in Costa Mesa. Rocky Evans, who is on our cultural arts committee, made these beautiful plaques, handmade plaques to thank our staff members. This is for Raja Setharaman. They all say, thank you for your hard work and dedication to the new Donald Dungan Library and the next chapter in Lions Park. Costa Mesa, May 24th, 2019. So Raja, here you go. We're going to get a picture. Alma, come on up. Alma Reyes. And Tammy Letourneau. Okay. I'd like to invite up, we have some representatives from both our county and our state and federal representatives. And at this time, we have, I'm sorry, okay. And at this time, we'd like to invite up the representative from our new Congressman, Harley Ruta's office, Eric Nong.
Hello, everybody. My name is Eric Nong, and I am a field representative for Congressman Harley Ruta. As is obvious, the congressman could not be here today, but he sends his best to all of you. And he also wanted to say thank you to all those who had a hand in constructing Donald Dungan Library, from the architects, the designers, to those who were in construction, everyone. And congratulations to you, the residents of the city of Costa Mesa, for this new, beautiful library. To quote from Betty Smith from A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, the world is yours for the reading. Yay. So, We also wanted to present this certificate of congressional recognition to Donald Dungan Library as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's get a picture.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. One more. Here, 2, 3.
Okay, and then we have Scott Carpenter from State Senator John Morlock's office.
Hello, everyone. Scott Carpenter with Senator Morlock's office. Unfortunately, the senator couldn't be here today. They have a floor session in Sacramento today on the state senate. Excuse me. But so I'll be real brief. I'm just reminded of a song lyric by the Counting Crows, where it says, "They paved paradise to put up a parking lot, but Costa Mesa doesn't do that. We take parking lots and we pave paradise." So congratulations on behalf of Senator Morlock, and good luck. Thank you.
Okay, and then from Assemblywoman Cotty Petrie-Norris's office, our own Parks Commission Chair, Liz McNabb.
Good morning, everyone. This is such an auspicious day here in Costa Mesa, and I could not be more proud to be a Costa Mesa resident today. I'm also so honored to bring this Assembly Recognition number 1013 on behalf of Assemblywoman Cotty Petrie-Norris to present to Mayor Foley, and it's quite lengthy, so I'm not going to read it all, but I would like to read the last paragraph, which states, "Whereas, promising to improve library services and create quality programming and event space, the Donald Dungan Library will increase facility use for both the library and the community center, improve our outdoor space associated with all facilities at Lions Park, create a space that promotes education, community, and civic engagement, and most importantly, transform the west side of Costa Mesa with a beautiful new facility. Now, therefore it be resolved by the State Assembly member Cotty Petrie-Norris that she directs the special attention of the public to the opening of the Donald Dungan Library and points with great pride to the outstanding opportunities it will provide to all Costa Mesans into the future." So thank you very much. I am also proud to have 3 generations here today, my mother, my sister, and my daughter here, so I know Mayor Foley has 3 generations. And it's just a really amazing tribute to the power of good government, the partnership with the city, the county, and everyone working together and dedicating their hard work to getting this gorgeous space open. So thank you so much for being here today. It's really wonderful.
Okay, and I also want to point out Eleanor Egan, our former city attorney's office and planning commissioners here today. And then finally, we're going to hear from our supervisor, the vice chair, Michelle Steele.
Good morning, everyone. I raised 2 daughters, and you know what? We didn't need any TV because we just need a big bed, so 4 of us always read on the bed together. So library is very important, but these days, especially these young, beautiful kids are here, you know what? We are always glued to our cell phone, and there's no communication between families and communities and friends. So this is very important, this library. We have the, kids area, teenagers area, and then community rooms. How important this is. This is the place that, we have our conversations and communications between each other. So I want to thank you to all the staff who got involved in building this beautiful library, and let's enjoy it. This is really beautiful day with the, great opening. So here you go.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we are going to enjoy the first book before we open the library. We are proud to welcome all of our LEAP preschool students that go to our LEAP preschool program in Costa Mesa. Wave your hands, boys and girls. Okay, and I'm gonna read to these students one of the most favorite books that I used to read to my boys when they were little is Your Mama a Llama. Do you know that book? Raise your hand if you know that book. Okay, We're familiar. Okay, Mr. Bora. All right, everybody. Is Your Mama a Llama? Written by Deborah Guerno, illustrated by Stephen Kellogg. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Dave. No, she is not, is the answer Dave gave. What is Dave? She hangs by her feet and she lives in a cave. I do not believe that's how llamas behave. Oh, I said, you are right about that. I think that your mama sounds more like a, very good, a bat. Somebody got that right. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Fred. No, she is not, is what Freddie said. She has a long neck and white feathers and wings. I don't think a llama has all of those things. Oh, I said, you don't need to go on. I think your mama must be a llama. A swan. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Jane. Can everybody see Jane? This is his friend Jane. No, she is not, Jane politely explained. She grazes on grass and she likes to say moo. I don't think that is what a llama would do. Oh, I said, I understand now. She's right. I think your mama must be a cow. Oh, you know what? I apologize. Andre, you know what, Andre? When my son was your age, he had big, huge curly hair, and people thought he was a girl also. So I apologize. It's beautiful. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Clyde. No, she is not, is how Clyde replied. Here's Clyde. She's got flippers and whiskers and eats fish all day. I do not think llamas act quite in that way. Oh, I said, I'm beginning to feel that your mama must really be a seal. It's a trick question. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Rhonda. Can everybody see Rhonda? Right here. Here's Rhonda. It's kind of hard to see. No, she is not, is how Rhonda responded. This is Rhonda. She's got big hind legs and a pocket for me. So I don't think a llama is what she would be. Oh, I said, that is certainly true. I think that your mama is a kangaroo. Is your mama a llama? I asked my friend Lynn. Here's Lynn. Oh, Lloyd, don't be silly, Lynn said with a grin. My mama has big ears, long lashes and fur, and you of all people should know about her. Our mamas belong to the same herd, and you know all about llamas because you are one too. Yes, you are right, I said to my friend. My mama's a llama. And this is the end. We all have lots of different friends, but a lot of them have mamas.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you very much, Mayor Foley. So we are just moments away from what you've all been waiting for. I just have a couple of instructions. We're going to go and take a couple pictures and cut the ribbon on this library. And I'm going to ask you just to wait a moment. Mayor Foley is going to walk the children into the library. They're going to be the first people to go inside. So if you can just hold back for a minute, and then we welcome you all to come in and enjoy this beautiful space. 1, 2, 3.